6 months ago, Daniel discovered that his wife was secretly cheating on him with his own best friend. Instead of confronting them, he stayed silent. Then, on his wife's birthday, he invited both of them to a party and prepared one shocking surprise that would expose everything in front of their entire family. I never thought I would become the kind of person who planned a party just to expose my own wife. My name is Daniel, and I had been married to Emily for almost 9 years. From the outside, we looked like the perfect couple. We had a comfortable home, good jobs, and a circle of friends who always told us how lucky we were to have each other. But about 6 months before everything fell apart, Emily started changing. She became protective of her phone. She would take it into the bathroom, keep it under her pillow at night, and suddenly started putting a password on everything. Whenever I asked her about it, she laughed. "Daniel, you're being paranoid." "I'm busy. That's all." I wanted to believe her. Then one Friday night, she told me she was going out with her friend Sarah for dinner. She came home almost 3 hours later than she said she would. I didn't say anything. The next morning, while she was taking a shower, her phone lit up on the kitchen counter. I wasn't trying to snoop, but then I saw a message preview. "Last night was perfect. I can't stop thinking about you." The sender's name was Mark. Mark was one of my closest friends. My stomach dropped. I opened the phone because I already knew her password. What I found destroyed everything I believed about my marriage. There were months of messages between Emily and Mark. They had been meeting behind my back. They had been lying to me. And the worst part was how casually they talked about me. Emily had written, "Daniel has no idea." Mark replied, "He trusts you completely." I sat there staring at those words for what felt like an hour. I wanted to scream. I wanted to confront them immediately. But something stopped me. I realized that if I confronted Emily, she would probably deny everything. Mark would deny everything. They would delete the messages and make me look like the jealous husband who had imagined the whole thing. So I decided to wait. A few weeks later, Emily's birthday was coming up. She loved big parties. So I told her I wanted to throw her the biggest birthday celebration we had ever had. She was thrilled. I invited our friends, her family, my family, and even Mark. Emily looked surprised when I told her Mark would be there. "Of course," she said quickly. "He's your friend." I smiled. Exactly. I secretly prepared something else. Instead of giving a normal birthday speech, I created a short presentation. I collected screenshots of the messages, photographs of their meetings, and dates that proved their stories didn't match. I didn't include anything intimate or embarrassing. I wanted the truth to speak for itself. The night of the party arrived. The house was packed. Music was playing. People were laughing. Emily was wearing a beautiful black dress and smiling like nothing had ever happened. Mark arrived 20 minutes late. When he saw me, he looked nervous. I shook his hand. "Glad you made it." He forced a smile. Emily kept watching us from across the room. For a moment, I almost changed my mind. Then I remembered the message. "Daniel has no idea." After dinner, everyone gathered in the living room. I stood beside the television. Emily smiled. "What's this?" "A birthday surprise." She laughed. "You already surprised me with the party." "I know," I said. "But this one is special." I turned off the lights. The first picture appeared on the screen. It was Emily and Mark sitting together at a restaurant. The room became completely silent. Emily's smile disappeared. Mark froze. Then another picture appeared. And another. Then the screenshots started appearing. Messages. Dates. Plans. Lies. Nobody said a word. Emily suddenly stood up. "Daniel, stop this." I looked at her calmly. "Why?" She couldn't answer. Mark finally spoke. "Daniel, listen. It's not what you think." I laughed quietly. "That's funny. That's exactly what people say when it is what I think." Emily started crying. "You don't understand." "No," I said. "I understand perfectly now." Her mother looked at her with tears in her eyes. "Emily, is this true?" Emily lowered her head. That was the moment I got my answer. I didn't shout. I didn't insult her. I simply picked up the microphone. "I invited everyone here because Emily deserves a birthday she'll never forget. But I also deserve to stop living inside a lie." The room remained silent. Then I handed Emily an envelope. She opened it with shaking hands. Inside were divorce papers. Her face went completely pale. "You planned this." "I planned the party," I replied. "You planned the betrayal." Mark quietly left the room. Emily followed him with her eyes, but he didn't even look back. That hurt her more than anything I could have said. I walked toward the front door. Before leaving, I looked at Emily one last time. "I loved you enough to trust you. You chose to use that trust against me." Then I left. The next morning, I woke up feeling strangely calm. The marriage was over. The lies were over. And for the first time in months, I could finally breathe. A few days later, Emily sent me a long message asking for another chance. I never replied. Some surprises are meant to make someone happy. Mine simply revealed the truth. And honestly, that was the best birthday present I could have given myself.